we're going to move to a position battle. And when we talk about position battle, we're going to talk about the battle in Boston, Mac Jones or Cam Newton. Now, this one's interesting, and I just thought of this right before I started recording because I've been seeing a lot of talk about Mac Jones. And being a Georgia fan, he's another player I got to see firsthand. I got to witness firsthand how dominant he was. And I also got to see some things that make me kind of question his ability. However, Cam Newton didn't take a lot of heat last season. A lot of people, he did play poor last season. And when I say poor, I mean absolute poor, 1 cent poor. He played awful. But he didn't have any weapons. And I think people were starting to see the same thing. If Tom Brady couldn't, win with that team, what made you think Cam Newton was going to come in and turn that team around? Was it the black and white monochrome workout videos? Was it the working out to gospel music? Come on, man. It's just nothing. No quarterback could have come in and led that Boston, New England Patriots team last season. I've been watching the Celtics play the Nets. I'm sorry, but I don't really think any quarterback could have come in and led that Patriots team last season because that team was poor. All the opt-outs, they're now returning. The offensive weapons they didn't have, they now have weapons. They spent the most money this year in free agency with like $200 million. They brought in weapons all over the field. They brought in wide receivers. They brought in tight ends and Hunter Henry. They brought in more wide receivers. They brought in defensive pieces. I really like it for the Patriots. However, the most interesting thing is they did bring Cam Newton back on a 1-year deal. They want to give him another chance. Now, it brings me in the next situation of let's taste it. Let's taste this Patriots offense with Cam Newton before we even think about putting Mac Jones on the field. There's no reason Mac Jones should or will start game 1 this season for I keep saying the Boston Patriots. We might as well the Boston Patriots, okay? For the New England Patriots. But I do think eventually he will come in this season for Cam Newton because, like I said, Cam Newton is a mistake-ridden quarterback. He makes a lot of mistakes. He can't throw well at all anymore at this point of his career. He can't really scramble well either. So Cam Newton's kind of like a liability. We'll see his ability to throw in the mid-range game, some short passes, and we'll see his ability to work the RPO. I don't know how good their running backs are, but I don't think they signed a top running back. They do need a running back. They took Mac Jones. So Mac Jones, when I look at Mac Jones, I think I'm not gonna say he's a better quarterback than Cam Newton, because that'd be a dog water take. But I will say there's a lot he can do better than Cam Newton. But Cam Newton has the experience. Cam Newton has the awareness, and that's going to be important for a starting quarterback, especially earlier in the season. I don't really think it's smart to start a rookie quarterback. There's only a few instances I see a rookie quarterback who should get drafted and already know he's starting. And those are a few, like for instance, this year you got Trevor Lawrence is going to start. That's obvious. Zach Wilson's going to start. That's obvious. Other than that, I don't think any other quarterback selected will start instantly. And that's because it's all built on awareness. And sometimes you want to let these guys sit. I mean, Patrick Mahomes sat for a year. He played the final game that of his rookie year, and they knew he was like, oh, this guy's good, and he's a good quarterback. And then the next season he started. You let him sit for a year, learn, and then that second season you let him step up. I don't really think there's much Mac Jones is going to learn from Cam Newton though. Cam Newton and Mac Jones are totally different quarterbacks. Mac Jones is more of a Tom Brady built quarterback, where Cam Newton is more of like a mobile, move out of the pocket type quarterback. It's going to be really interesting though, because Mac Jones has that deep ball. I don't know if they have any deep threats on the Patriots, but his ability is the deep ball, those medium throws. He can make those perceptionally well. You gotta question his now that he's not playing with the best talent in the nation. It's going to be real interesting to see his ability of what he can do in the NFL. He's going against pros now. He's not going against. He's no longer playing on an NFL ready team in college football. That Bama team last year was as good as I think I've ever seen a team. They broke the record for, was it most first round players selected with like 8 or 9. So that's crazy when you think about it. And then they just had the number 1 recruiting class of all time. So that's like, there's not much really to say with this Mac Jones or Cam Newton, but that's just kind of the point I wanted to get across. It's going to be interesting to see who can win that battle. I don't think Mac Jones will start instantly, but eventually I think he will come in. I think Patriots fans want to see him come in. I mean, we've seen Cam Newton with talent. We've seen him without, but we haven't really seen him with a stacked offense. And I feel like this year he will probably have one of the best offenses when we talk about players that he will play with. I mean, he's got a tight end, he's got some wide receivers. N'Keal Harry, he just kind of disappeared. He was supposed to be that guy, but he isn't that guy at all. He kind of disappeared from the face of the earth. He's not that great at all, which is weird because I feel like most players go to that Bill Belichick system and they dominate. And it's going to be interesting to see what Bill can do with Mac Jones, if he can turn him into the quarterback we saw at Bama, or if Mac Jones is going to go down as the next Jimmy Garoppolo, backup quarterback who can win, but, he can't really start and lead your team to the promised land. He'll only be I don't want to say mediocre, because I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is mediocre. Jimmy Garoppolo is average. And I don't think Mac Jones will be an average quarterback, especially not in the Patriot system. Now, there are some teams I look at where I'm like, he would not be a good quarterback on this team. But on the Patriots and that Bill Belichick system, I think he has potential to be special.